Okay.
Good morning, students. This is class 12 practicals. Today we will start the practicals. First experiment. This is aim of the experiment. Ohm's law and verify Ohm's law and find resistance per unit length of given resistance wire. Given resistance wire, we are having this resistance wire. So we have to find resistance per unit length. Ohm's law, as Ohm's law you know, the V is directly proportional to I. So the formula for resistance R is delta V upon delta I, that we will find this resistance by the graph. And verification of Ohm's law means we have to verify V proportional to I. It means graph between voltage and current will be straight line. So when we will take the readings, the graph between V and I, that must be straight line. And there is a condition for Ohm's law, temperature must remain same. Because if temperature vary, resistance vary, and Ohm's law will not follow. So this is the limitation of Ohm's law. So this we have to verify, and from the graph we will calculate resistance. And after that, resistance per unit length. So length of the wire, as we have measured with the scale, the length of this resistance wire, we have erected the wire and its length is measured by a simple scale, and it became 30 centimeter. So you have to note down the length of the wire. After that, least count of ammeter. This ammeter, current measuring device, and ideal ammeter has zero resistance. So this ammeter has less resistance, and its least count we have to measure. So you see between 0 and 1 how many parts are there. So you will find 10 parts. In this there are 10 parts. 10 parts is equal to 1 ampere. So 1 part is equal to 1 by 10 ampere. So its least count becomes 0.1 ampere. 1 part value of any instrument that gives the least count. So least count of ammeter is 0.1 ampere. As you have seen here, between 0 to 1 there are 10 parts. So least count of ammeter is 0.1. And when we take the reading, suppose pointer is at second line. So the reading will be 2 into least count. If pointer is on fourth line, the reading will be 4 into least count. This way we will take the reading of ammeter. The another device we will use, this is the voltmeter. In this voltmeter again we have to find the least count. So between 0 and 2 there are 5 lines. So 5 lines is equal to 2 volt. So 1 line is equal to 2 upon 5, 0.4 volt. That will be the least count of this voltmeter. So least count of voltmeter is 0.4 volt. If pointer will come on second line, so reading will be 2 into 0.4, means 0.8 volt. If pointer is on sixth line, the reading will be 6 into 0.4, so it will be 2.4 volt. In this way we have to note down the reading of voltmeter. The another device here is used, rheostat. This is the variable resistance, and many resistance turns. These are resistance wire wrapped on it. So many turns are there. This upper point and this lower point are connected in the circuit. This is a sliding one. When this sliding one is here, the current is coming through this point, and this current is coming like that, and it is going through these wires. More wires means more resistance. And when we will shift it here, the current will come from here and it will go like that. Less wires means less resistance. So this is the variable resistance, or it is known as rheostat or current controlling device. We are changing resistance by it. In the fan there is regulator is same as rheostat. We are changing the resistance. So this is the rheostat. This is the circuit diagram for Ohm's law. This battery, we are using battery eliminator here so that we can change voltage by 2 volt, 4 volt, 6 volt like that. This one-way key, this is rheostat, this is ammeter, this voltmeter, resistance wire. So how it is connected? This ammeter resistance is very low and it is measuring current, so it always connected in series. This is the series combination. We are connecting in the same line. And voltmeter has more resistance. It is measuring voltage, so it is connected in parallel, because in parallel voltage remains same. Parallel voltage remains same, so this measures voltage without affecting current of the circuit. And this measures current, its resistance is very low. In series current remains same, so it measures the same current which is in the circuit. This positive terminal connected to positive of ammeter, and in the ammeter red and black there are 2 points. So red one is positive, black is negative. So this connected to positive and this again connected to positive here. All positive are one side. The negative here, this point goes to upper point of rheostat. This is one-way key. So after every reading we have to switch off. We have to remove this key. Why? If we connect it continuously, this wire becomes hot and temperature change, Ohm's law will not be followed. That is the limitations of Ohm's law. So this is the circuit diagram. According to the same, we will connect the circuit and we will take the readings. So temperature must remain same. For that purpose we will remove the key after every, we will switch off the key after every reading, so that this temperature maintains. Now we come to the circuit, this connection, DN circuit. Here this is the battery eliminator. Battery eliminator. So same connection as there. This red one is positive. We will take the connection from positive. And this positive is connected to positive of ammeter. This red one is positive of ammeter. We have to open it. And if there is a hole, we have to put in the hole. Otherwise, make it a single loop. In this positive terminal, make it a single loop this way and tight it. From negative point of this ammeter, negative point we have to connect resistance. This one resistance. This negative point we are connecting to resistance. Again we have to open it. This side. Then here this voltmeter, this positive terminal, this point will connect to positive terminal of voltmeter, plus side. So this point will connect to positive terminal, this positive terminal by a single loop. We have to make it double connection. One is resistance wire, another is connecting wire, and both are connected here. And all connection must be tight. Any loose connection, reading will not come properly. This another end of this resistance wire again connected with one more wire, and this is connected to negative terminal. So this is the parallel combination, and this negative end connected to rheostat. This one connected to rheostat. This in the cross, this end connected to key. This end connected to key. single loop, and you have to tight it. All connection must be tight. So you can see we have started with the positive terminal of battery. This is connected to positive of ammeter. Then negative of ammeter connected to positive of voltmeter. This negative of voltmeter connected to rheostat. Rheostat connected to key, and this is a key is on. But here this we will switch on, and that time the resistance will increase. In the starting resistance will increase. Now it is switched on, and you can see both the readings. Both the readings, this resistance is more. Before taking reading, we will check the variation. Is it increasing? How much voltage we are giving? Very less. Very less voltage is there.
Yes.
And we can give more, 4. So variation is sufficient to take the readings. So this is the setting. We have set both pointers are going in the right way. More than 0 means circuit is correct. And sometimes if you connect it wrong, the pointer will go below 0. So you have to check the particular connection. So we have checked both pointers are going in the same side. Circuit is correct. Now we will switch on it, and this resistance is more. We will take both the readings. So this reading is 0 and this reading is also 0. Inside there is a mirror, so you have to see through the single eye. It's a reflection, pointer and its image in the mirror, both you have to see. So both the readings are 0. So first reading will get 0 volt, 0 volt, 0 ampere. This first reading. Second reading, again we will switch off it. We will set it. So resistance becomes low, these wires becomes low, and again we will switch on. So the reading is very less, so again we will switch off and set it more. We have to take the different readings. Again we will switch on. We will increase its value. Sufficient. Yes. Again we will switch off. We will not continuously pass the current, otherwise wire becomes short. For this again we will switch on and we will take the reading now. So this time the voltmeter reading, that is one line means 0.4 volt, and here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth line is coinciding. So here one line, that is 0.4, and here fourth line coinciding. So 4 into 0.1. So it is 0.4 ampere. This is the second reading. In the same way, we will take third reading. Again we will switch off. This key is off, and this will reduce the resistance, and we'll check the variation again. Increases 1. Here it is 2 lines. In the voltmeter it is 2 lines. Ammeter it is ninth line, and here it is second line. Voltmeter second line, ammeter ninth line. So we'll take this reading, second line, that becomes 0.8, 2 into 0.4, and ammeter is ninth line, so 0.9 ampere. The next reading, so minimum 5 readings we have to take. So in the same way we will take the next reading. In ammeter it is 12, 12 part. In voltmeter it is third. In voltmeter third, ammeter 12 part. So voltmeter third reading, so 3 into 0.4, 1.2 volt, and it is 12 part, 12 into 0.1, so 1.2 ampere. So this is the fourth reading. We will take one more. Minimum 5 readings you have to take. Fourth line in voltmeter, and here it is 16 line in ammeter, fourth line in voltmeter. Fourth line, so it is 1.6 volt and 16 is 1.6 ampere. We take one more reading, last reading. One more reading. 2 volt. Last reading, it is 2 volt and 18. 2 volt and it is 1.8 ampere. 18th line. So these are the readings. These are the readings for voltmeter and ammeter. With these readings, we have to plot the graph. Voltage on y-axis, this unit is volt. Current is ampere, this unit ampere on x-axis, and according to readings we have to set the range. It is varying from 0 to less than 2 ampere. So we will take here 0. The scale you can choose. Suppose this we take 0.4, 0.8, then we have variation. We can take 0.2. So how many lines? 9 lines. We can take 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, 2 ampere. So on x-axis we have taken this, and y-axis approximately similar variations are there. So here we can take 0.4. Different scales can be taken. 0.4, 0.8, 1.2, 1.6, 2 volt. Different scales can be taken, and that you have to write here. Scale on x-axis. So on x-axis we have taken 1 centimeter as 0.2 ampere. These scales can be taken same, can be taken different, but that you have to write here. Y-axis we have taken 1 centimeter as 0.4 volt. Both scales may be same, may be taken 0.2, so same manner it will expand, or may be taken different. So first reading, this first reading 0, 0. Second reading, voltage is 0.4, current is also 0.4. So this 0.4, this 0.4, here you will get point. Third reading 0.8, and this is 0.9. So 0.8 and 0.9 is here. You will get this point here. Then 1.2, 1.2, 1.2. So 1.2, 1.2. Here you will get. Then 1.6, 1.6, same. 1.6, 1.6. This reading. Then 2 volt and 1.8. So this 2 and this is 1.8. Somewhere. So these are the various readings. After pointing these points, you have to use a scale. And most of the points, those are coming on this line, that you have to choose. No need to make zigzag. You have to join most of the points, those are coming on the line, and make a straight line. This is straight line. Any one point may go here and there. don't worry about it. The most of the points, those are coming on a straight line that you have to draw. So this graph is a straight line, means V is proportional to I. So Ohm's law is verified. And from here, you take any 2 points. Let me take this point 1.2 and 2. Any 2 points can be taken and corresponding values on it. So this point, this variation is delta V. This delta V 2 minus 1.2. This is 2 minus 1.2. So it becomes 0.8 volt. And this variation, this is delta I. So delta I 1.8 minus 1.2. So it becomes, I will write complete, 1.8 minus 1.2. So it becomes 0.6 ampere. So delta V and delta I we have got. So by this formula, R becomes 0.8 upon 0.6, 8 upon 6, 4 by 3, 4 by 3, 1.33 ohm. This is the resistance, 1.33 ohm. And finally you have to find resistance per unit length. Resistance per unit length. So 1.33 divided by this length is 30. So this will be ohm per centimeter. And when you will solve it, 0.0 ohm per centimeter. So this is the final answer. This final answer of this experiment, 0.0443 ohm per centimeter. So that we have got resistance per unit length of a given wire. And this straight lines verifies Ohm's law. So verify Ohm's law and find resistance per unit length. So this is your first experiment. So all of you have to make the separate practical file and you have to note down this practical, everything you have to write, aim, apparatus required, circuit diagram, observation, table, and all these. This time you note down this one, and when you will come in school, perform yourself. Okay?